Hello everybody and welcome back to another video where I talk about my top indie comic picks for New Comic Book Day. This week we've got comics coming out on February 22nd and here in New Orleans. That is the day after Mardi Gras, so I'm trying to get this out to you early so I can go enjoy Mardi Gras and you guys can get ready to check out these books ahead of time. So there are a lot of books on this week's just everything coming out. I probably have close to 20 books that I will be picking up, so cutting it down to a top 10 was very difficult, but I do have some honorable mentions, and then we're going to do a top 10. The first one being one from Scout Comics. It's called Banshees, issue number 1 of 5, coming out this week, and I somehow, between all of the ways I check out comics, missed this. But it sounds awesome. David Dwanch writing, Jessica Balboni writing, Riccardo Fancini on art, and Tim Daniel did the cover A on this. Fantastic. I think Tim must have designed the logo too. It's very reminiscent of his style that he uses, especially West of Sundown. This story, what is it about? Emily is entering her first year of college and looking to reinvent herself after the loss of her best friend. But when she discovers the terrible history of her dormitory, she channels her guilt into a new obsession, discovering the truth about the Lion, a serial killer that stalked her college campus for nearly a decade. But old ghosts can lay dormant for only so long. So that one is one I just discovered, and so I put it on my list because I need to go check that out. It sounds awesome. My number 11 pick slash runner-up for the top 10 for this week, though, comes from Mad Cave Studios. We got Nature's Labyrinth, number 4 of 6. 4 of 6 from Zach Thompson and Bailey Underwood. With a new layer introduced to the game, our contestants have even more deadly threats lurking in Nature's Labyrinth. While Jay makes her way through a barren desert, Nasir is awakened underneath the labyrinth itself, and he's not alone. I've been really enjoying this series so far and wanted to make sure that got talked about, even if it didn't make my top 10, because you guys don't want to sleep on that series. It's fantastic. Number 10 on my list this week from Aftershock Comics is The Vineyard, number 4 from Brian Hawkins and Sammy Cavella. The last issue of The Vineyard coming out on February 22nd. Adonis attempts to carry out the final sacrifice to Dionysus as Sophia and Marantha race to stop him, while Didash's belief overwhelms the family and there's no turning back when family values collide violently with otherworldly obligations. Fantastic series. Brian's killing that story. So happy for him on how well that's done, and excited to see that, you know, books are still coming out from Aftershock. Hopefully then creators are going to start getting paid again. That is my one hope with all of this. Number 9 on my list this week is from Sumerian Comics, and we've got The Firstborns, number 3 of 4, from Ian E. Pliskin and Luca Vassallo. Writer and artist of Heavy Metal Drummer. After feigning in the basement, Stan tells his friends about the nightmare and the vision that links them to David Pilgrim's disappearance. The boys venture into the woods and attempt to unravel what has happened to David without imagining the alien threat they are about to awaken. I love that all their books feel like you're going on an acid trip, whether you are or not. It's fun. It's phenomenal. I love the direction and the way this story's going, so check that one out if you haven't already. There are a lot of number 1s on my list this week. I want to say at least half of my list is number 1s, and that's why this week is so hard to get a good top 10. That's it's limited to the top 10 because I want to put about 20 books into the list. But from Dark Horse Comics is our first number 1, and that is Blue Book number 1 from James Tynion and Klaus Janson and Michael Avon Omig. From the New York Times bestselling award-winning co-creators of Something is Killing the Children, Nice House on the Lake, Department of Truth, and Powers, comes this ambitious nonfiction comic book experience depicting true stories of UFO abductions with an eye to capturing the strange essence of those encounters. In this debut issue, Tynion presents what he calls his true weird stories, tales of ordinary people encountering the strange and impossible. Teaming with artist Michael Avon Omig, they retell some of the most popular UFO and alien encounters encounter accounts starting with the infamous Betty and Barney Hill abduction, the widely publicized and very first abduction that went on to shape and influence all future encounter stories. Also including the short True Weird Coney Island by James Tynion IV, Klaus Janson, and Aditya Bidikar. I'm excited to see this different kind of story from James Tynion. We got 5 issues of Blue Book. It came from his Substack originally, so some people have already gotten to read this. But now it's coming out in print. Dark Horse seems to have a deal set up with Tynion for maybe some future things too. So I'd keep an eye out on that. So coming up here, we got another number 1. And this one is going to be the number 7 pick. So number 8 and number 7 are number 1s. And this one's from Whatnot Publishing. We got Liquid Kill number 1 from Max Hoven, Aaron Crow, Gabriel Umazark, and Tony Infante killed this cover A. Liquid Kill follows sadist slaughtering vigilantes as they encounter pure evil in a blood-soaked cyberpunk future a la Ghost in the Shell meets John Wick. Written by the creators of the critically acclaimed series It Eats What Feeds It, and artist Gabriel Umazark, who's done work with Boom Studios. For the staff and clientele of a mysterious island hotel, it's just another night of luxury and vice until members of Liquid Kill, a notoriously violent all-female militia, lay siege, demanding compliance or death as they gather intelligence. The adrenaline quickly floods the halls of the team as the team eliminates all threats with ease in their search for their kidnapped leader. That is until something is unleashed. Something hungry. If there's anyone prepared for the evils on the island, it's these fearless killers. But when the undaunted begin to falter, their foe must be truly monstrous. And I know with this, it's always hard to tell. How's the art on the interior is going to be with a cover artist that's not your interior artist? But on the Previews World website, there are pictures you can check out, and it is a completely different style than the cover, which not always a fan of that, but I do like this art on the interiors. So I think that definitely makes up for it. And I have not read It Eats What Feeds It, but I've heard so much good about that story that I feel pretty comfortable saying this one is a good one to pick up. I really like this new slate of comics coming from Whatnot, this next 4 books. So yeah, I say this is good one to go for. This is my number 7 pick. Number 6 is a number 2 this time, and this one's for Barbaric Hell to Pay number 2 from Michael Moresi and Nathan Gooden. Owen is in hell. Soren is also kind of in hell. She's made a dangerous pact with Ka, the deadly assassin, looking to exact revenge on a nearly impossible target. Meanwhile, Owen and Deadheart reunite for one hell, wink wink, of an adventure. I just love this. This is the week of Badass Woman. I couldn't even fit these ones on to my thumbnail. I was trying to put all the Badass Woman on the covers onto the thumbnail, and I couldn't get Barbaric on there. But there are so many. We got our ladies in Liquid Kill. We've got here in Barbaric, and then it's just gonna keep getting more and more of them coming up. That one coming to us from Vault Comics. The number 5 pick this week, coming from Band of Bards, is Coins of Judas, number 2 of 2 from Travis Gibb and Tyler Carpenter, and another badass woman on the cover here. And the first issue of this was phenomenal. I've dropped a review on our website. I don't remember if I ever did a video review of it. If not, maybe I need to do that for you guys. Drop that maybe in a short for you. And the Westergaard family, they've been fighting a hidden war against demons that have spawned from when the 30 pieces of silver that Judas dropped when he betrayed Christ, when that happened. And since the death of their father, Colin Westergaard, his daughter and son are split apart as a new evil arises. Can they come together to save humanity one more time? So this is a 2-issue series that's going to then get collected in a Kickstarter coming up soon in collecting 4 comics in a trade paperback, and then the other 2 issues will be released following that, I believe, from Band of Bards down the line. It's great. If you love that story about the 30 pieces of silver, and you love badass people killing monsters and demons, check this out. You're really gonna have a good time with this one. And if you are, looking for a different cover, maybe you want issue number 1 and you want cover that's not cover A or cover B, just, let us know. We've got an exclusive from Devin Kraft, the creator of Neverender, that we are selling. So hit us up. Got a video talking about that as well. Posts on Instagram. So if you are in the market for picking up issue number 1 before issue number 2 comes out, let us know. Going on down to the number 4 pick this week is a number 1, and that is Local Man number 1 from Tim Seeley and Tony Fleece. Series premiere from Stray Dogs creator Tony Fleece with Revival's Tim Seeley for a series that combines rural crime noir and superhero action. Once the star recruit of the media sensation Super Team 3rd Gen, Jack Xavier had it all, but when controversy sends Crossjack crawling back to his mom and dad's basement in the Midwest, Jack struggles to fit into a world he left far behind. And then the bodies start piling up. Each issue is a classic Image Comics flip book with a lead story drawn by Fleece and a superhero flashback into the depths of the Image universe drawn by Seeley. First issue contains 30 pages of story for only $3.99. I'm excited for this. I learned about this at Baltimore Comic-Con last year from Tony, and I am super excited for this. Need to get him back on the channel. We haven't talked since Stray Dogs, because I want to talk about this one, and it looks like a good way to have a superhero story that's not solely focused on the heroics and the same old that we see sometimes from the big 2. Moving down the list, we've got 3 more comics, 2 more number 1s, and this third one on my list is Tower, issue number 1 from A Wave Blue World. Kelsey Barnhart, Camrys Johnson, Chris Cross, and Andrew Dalhousie bringing us this story. Real-life contestants battle it out in a video game-style competition to reach the top of the tower. Cassandra, Kimmy, and Mac are thrust into a brutal and seemingly virtual world where danger lies in wait around every corner. With no time to solve the mystery of where they are or why they're here, they'll have to smarten up and join forces if they tend to survive, using their individualized weapons and animal assistance to outsmart deadly traps and ambushes. But loyalties will be tested as only one or one team can become the ultimate champion. Also, this one's got art posted in Previews World. You can check out what it looks like before you pick it up. It looks phenomenal. Another kind of, I feel like it's a little bit of a battle royale all style story. We got Nature's Labyrinth that's got that, but different twists on that story in both of these comics. So do yourself a favor, pick this up, support awesome comics and small publishers. Next up, number 2 on the list is a number 1 from Vault Comics, and that is Godfell, issue number 1 from Christopher Sabella and Ben Hennessy. One sunny day in the land of Karathim, God falls dead from the sky. The impact sends out shockwaves that draw in royal families at war, shadowy creatures of the dark, and armies of the dispossessed, all coming to lay claim to parts of God's body. Into this power struggle wanders Zanzi Vulin, a soldier and berserker, trying to get home from a years-long war, forced to fight her way through the strange landscapes in and on God's corpse. From the soles of its feet through the top of its head, Zanzi will acquire a mysterious traveling companion on her own pilgrimage. I think this is one of those books that Vault's putting out that's going to just be an epic tale. Vault has a tendency to do that. They get these really good stories that are epic fantasy, and I'm all here for it. We got some axes in this one. On not talking like barbaric, but we do have some awesome weapons. Got a badass female leading this team or leading this story, and I'm here for it. And then coming to my number one pick, this probably, if you know this is coming out this week, should probably no surprise to you guys based on my review for this book for issue number 1. But Black Cloak number 2 from Kelly Thompson and Meredith McLaren is my number 1 pick this week. Murdered Prince, Hungry Mermaids, Vengeful Queen, Plentiful Suspects, Dead Assassin, Dying Black Cloak. So far, this case is going to the Devils, and it's super great that absolutely everything is on the line. No pressure. I'm so excited for more Black Cloak. I love this world and this story so far. Kelly Thompson is doing an amazing job with it. I cannot say more how much you should go check this out, especially if you're a fan of saga and these epic kind of stories that are being written out there in comics. Kelly Thompson's been doing an excellent job on Captain Marvel, and now I love when the creators that I like over doing Big Two stuff are doing their own comics, because that's where I feel like their heart is often more, and it shows in the story. It's like the next level of what's coming from these creators, and I love it. I can't wait to read more of it. It's my number 1 pick, and that rounds out my top 10 plus 2. So thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. I really appreciate you guys that have subscribed recently and have been here for a long time, because without you, we wouldn't be doing this. Our creator interviews happen because there's an audience to bring those creators to and to chat with them. So please, if you haven't gotten to check out any of our past interviews, go check them out. They're usually about an hour long. But you can, just set the phone down and listen to them while YouTube is open. And now YouTube has so many options that you can actually keep it playing and navigate over to something else on your phone. So really cool things there. But please go check them out, because there's a lot of cool creators, and we talk about lots of very insightful things into their creating process. So that's it. Yeah, that's it for today's video. I'm gonna go enjoy Mardi Gras. You guys have fun this week. Maybe a little bit less content coming up over the next couple days, but hopefully I can put something out at least once every 2 days coming up. But as always, collect what you love. We'll see you next time.